What's up, guys? We're still here in New York. We just left Polo Reef. I left with a nice hoodie. However, you guys see this beautiful 700-gallon tank behind me. I met David last year at Reefapalooza, New York. He told me, you have to come see this tank. And I'm so glad I came back because this thing looks phenomenal. So let's go grab David and ask him a bunch of questions. You guys know the drill. Let's go get him. David?
Hey, Victor. Nice to see you, man.
Nice to see you too,
here,
man. I know. I met you last year at Reefapalooza, New York.
We spoke a little bit back in August. It was August? No, June.
June.
Right.
Reefapalooza, New York.
Right. So I told you about my project going on. Wish, it will be a little bit more mature, but we're getting there. A lot of work being done. So I'm glad you're here, man.
I'm glad myself, because I don't have a lot of time. I came this morning straight into Polo Reef's house. You're the second tank. We're going to the frag swap in New England.
Right.
And then we're going to be there tomorrow. And we literally leave right after the frag swap. So it's like one night in and out.
Glad you're here,
So
man.
you were the only second person that we chose.
Thank you.
So anyhow, how long have you been on this hobby?
Well, saltwater since 21.
21?
Back on the days, back in Colombia, fishing on my creeks, Mom, getting a little bit, fresh water and keeping them there. Then I was into it for maybe 10 years. Then I came here when I was 19, had a little, a cichlid tank for a couple of years. And then I always wanted a reef tank, but I didn't have the location. So finally we moved here and I pulled the trigger on it. It started with a 525 from Red Sea.
Yeah.
Wasn't big enough for me. Then moving to a 300.
300?
And then they told me you have to move out of here. So I say, okay, let me move these to a different location, but I'm not gonna go the same size. So go big or go home.
There
so I guess I end up not going home.
Yeah, it's pretty big, 700. There's nothing small about it.
Right, and now we planning a 2,000 gallon for my next location.
Corals. How long have you been keeping corals?
My first coral was set back in November of 2021.
2021?
Yes.
So you're fairly new to the coral and you're doing this good.
Yes.
So you're doing something right.
Well, I do a lot of reading and it takes a lot of reading and a lot of chit-chatting here and there. I have 3 good mentors, they guide me all the time. I follow you, I follow Polo Reef all day long. Great advice, a lot of readings, and I don't try to follow any numbers. I just try to learn from the coral, what they're telling me, right? Because if I try to chase numbers, they're gonna be a lot of swings here and there. So I try to read the corals, what's wrong with them.
I'm a big believer into that.
Thank you.
Big time. So another thing, you were telling me you had a couple tanks before this. You do have pictures of those tanks, right?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
But I'm pretty impressed for you've been doing it since 2021. You're already growing acros, all kinds of euphyllias, mushrooms spraying all over the place, pumpkin patch chalice. To give you an idea, I got a hold of that chalice in 2006. That's how old that coral is.
That's all school stuff.
The Raja Rampage is from like 2011 from Jason. So it's cool to just look around. And this graphic cap, I'm the one who put it together. I got a piece from SeaWorld and we actually was a little speck of green.
Right.
And we worked it together and that was in the year 2008 as well. So to give you an idea, that's 17
So that's
years
probably
ago.
a man-made coral right there.
I mean, just to give you an idea, between the pumpkin patch and that coral right there, those corals got to be on the 1000th generation. Like so many people have passed them around, which is cool to see.
Right.
Let me start from the top on this tank. What do you have for lighting? If you can show me real quick.
We are running 11 extra teddies, and then we have 6 of the Orpex, LED bars all the way around the perimeter. I like the way, they interact at the end of the day with the moonlight effect of the AB+.
Yes.
You get like a nice melt of color right there, which is really charming at the end of the day.
And this is pretty nice and clean. You do for business, you repair boats, right?
We work on boats, we repair boats all day long. So, you have to always, be thinking outside the box, how do I make it work?
Make it look new again, creativity.
Correct, retrieval, fix it back again. So it does the job. It was a lot of, work involved, setting up all the lighting.
Yes.
I have like all my clients, everyone, David, what are you doing now? You're crazy to this tank. What are you doing?
Gotcha.
I say, oh, this is my hobby. This is what I love.
And you were telling me you write the AB plus on the radial lights?
We do AB plus at 45%.
At 45%?
45%.
And how many hours you run that?
That's doing 12 hours a day.
12 hours a day?
12 hours a day.
And then the strips, they come on before and after, or at the same 12 hours?
They only do 2.5 hours in the morning and 3 hours at night.
Oh, so they don't stay on throughout the day.
Right, because you're gonna lose like all the blue from it when the AB plus is full peak right there.
I got you. All right. This is return that you did all the way here to the front. Is that what you did?
We have 2 main return pumps. Big believer on having an extra just to run the system just in case one fail. So they do 8,000 gallons per hour, the 2 of them, 4,000 each one. People told me you cannot do a peninsula tank that big. you're gonna have, a lot of wave makers on the way here and there. And yes, I did. I had a lot of MP60s right here, and they were like blocking the view. So I said, I gotta come out with something just to hold, my gyro somewhere in here. So I came out with that idea. It's easy to clean, the glass in between as well.
All right, so dimensions of the tank.
That's gonna be 96.
8 feet.
8 feet. We got 4 feet, and we got 32 high.
32 high.
Which is, a little bit, of a hassle to work on it, because, my armpit is always wet. And still, I cannot get all the way down to the bottom.
Yes.
So I just have to deal with it.
So let me ask a little bit about flow, because you have tons of power heads in here. How many? I see 2 over there.
We got 3 gyros. We got 2 on the main view over here. We got 1 on the back wall.
So 3?
3 right there. Then we have 3 MP60s on the back.
Okay, I see 2 here. Where's the third
on the
one?
other side and 1 right there.
So 1 here, 1 in the middle, 1 on top.
Right.
Okay.
I have an MP10 right there.
Okay.
Actually MP40.
Okay.
And I have those, basic, standard, waymakers right there.
Okay.
They ain't the prettiest looking one, but they do the
so
job.
like 2 Jabaos and 2 Seashade? What are those?
Right, yeah, 2 Seashade right there and 1 J-Bow at the end. They do the job.
So you're moving tons of water.
Moving tons of water, and now the more I read, and Josh, I was looking at a video from him last week.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, you got the flow right, you got the lighting right. Now it comes down to your coloration of the coral. What are you gonna do for feeding? I feed a lot. I mean, I have a lot of fish right here.
Yeah.
All the chromices, all the anties, they
you
gotta
do
eat,
have a lot of fish.
Eat all day.
So since you brought up the topic, since we're talking about fish, let's jump right into it. I'm no secret that I'm not a master of fish, but we got a Moorish idol here, purple tang,
powder blue,
sailfin tang,
sailfin tang. We also have mimic tang right here.
Mimic tang, chocolate mimic, gem tang.
Gem tang right there. We got 2 yellow tangs over there. I got some more yellow tangs on my quarantine.
And there's a fish that you want to get out of here. Tell people at home, which one is it?
Well, 2 weeks ago I come in here and I see my fish over here, the hawkfish. I'm going to look for it. And he has his mouth full right there. And I'm like, what are you doing? One of the sudden, he's just chugging down this fish, down his throat. There we go. He's the one.
And he's not even that big.
He's not even that big. I can't even, imagine what's going to happen here. But now, Victor, try to get this fish out of here.
This is hard, very hard.
I'm going to stress the fish out. I'm going to stress the coral out. It's going to be a mess. So you know what?
Yeah.
Just let it be wild, and we'll see what happens.
Gotcha. There's got to be a lot of waste on this tank.
A lot of waste, every day.
Nitrates and phosphates. That's the first thing I'm going to ask.
Well, those right there, I want to keep, less than 0.1, 0.07, 0.09. Nitrates, I like to be around 10.
How do you manage nitrates and phosphates?
Water changes, which, believe it or not, this has been running for almost 9 months. And my first water change was in December. After that, I did 1 a month ago, and we did 1 this morning. I do automatic water changes, 7 gallons a day from now on. And maybe, every 2-3 months, I like to do a big water change, maybe 100 gallons right there.
Calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, how do you deliver that to the tank?
Well, I used to do ESB 2-part.
Okay.
Great product.
I love it, great product.
The only thing, on a tank like this one, it's gonna be, a lot of intake right there. So then I was really into Calawas. Someone told me, do Calawas, the easiest way. You can do your alkalinity and calcium 1 shot, no worries at all. Well, what happened was last year, I ran out of ESB 2-part, nowhere to be found. I had some Calawaser with me. I said, let's give it a try. I give it a try, I love it.
Never went back.
So right now I'm doing around 38,000 meals a day.
And how often do you test your water?
Well, we have the Trident right now. We do the basic ones, alkalinity, calcium, and magnesium. It runs, 4 times a day.
Okay.
Keep up the parameters around 9, 440, and 1400.
Got you. Really nice, clean setup you got here.
Thank you.
I like it.
Yeah, so I got the Red Sea pump as well, which does the no-pucks and does the ABCD tracing colors from Red Sea.
And you have a whole Neptune system here with the dose.
I have the 2 doses right there.
And what are they dosing again? One is called water, I'm assuming?
One actually is water changes by itself.
Okay, AC, automated water changes.
And one of these is Calwater.
Okay.
And then I have to top it off sometimes with 2-part alkalinity.
And what do we have here under this door?
And here we have the, we have some battery backups right there.
Okay. They're a must. We put so much money into all of these corals and different things.
You have to. You cannot afford any power stations right here.
Yeah.
So we have all the overflow coming into the refugium box over there.
Okay.
Then it goes to a chamber where I have the 2 sucks right there. From there it goes into the main chamber where I have the mass spec pump over there that is running 140 watts UV light by itself.
So you do have a UV sterilizer?
Correct.
Okay.
And that one runs on a separate line, and I also have a backup ice cap battery for that one itself. Then we have the 300 skimmer, Reef Octopus.
That's pretty big.
I had 2 of them before, so it was a little bit too much congestion in there to work. So I just got that one on, and what I did, just in case, you know, all the waste goes into this chamber right here.
Yeah.
And I put the 2 sensors, like a low level sensor and a high level sensor.
Yeah.
And I have a ATK pump right there. So that one works the same way as the ATO. So when the lower sensor goes, you know, gets the signal, the pump takes all the waste out.
Oh, nice.
And then I have an emergency sensor right here, just in case the pump doesn't work. This will shut the skimmer off by itself, so I don't get more overflow right
That's the DIY created by fixing the
That's
boats,
it.
right? So let's talk a little bit more about some of your corals here. I think this is the cherry tree. The red gunny here looks beautiful.
Gunnies are tough. You know, that one is doing so fine.
Yeah, let's
I think
look
it was
at the other
probably
side.
aquaculture.
So David, we're on the other side of now the 700-gallon peninsula.
Correct.
You and your fish, you don't stop, do you? I thought I seen them all.
I
Here's
gotta
a
make up my
copperbound
mind.
butterfly.
Now you got a foxface right here.
Jesus, man, there's a clownfish we didn't mention right here.
And then you have the stripies right there.
We didn't talk about that guy either. So anyhow, you got more fish you even know what to do with. You got this giant mystic sunset right here.
It's overtaken right there, so we're gonna have to do something right there. Otherwise, you know, they're
Yeah, it's getting super aggressive, right?
Correct.
And these
Green
hairy mushrooms, they're gorgeous.
right there.
I love
They're
them.
beautiful.
Anyhow, let's look at the rest of your filtration down here and let's see what else you got.
All right, that's pretty much all right. So we have on the other end right there, you know, what we went before. Then we have our ozone reactor. You know, I'm trying to get as much clear water that I can. Then from
How long you
there,
been dosing ozone for?
that will be a month and a half.
So you're brand new to it.
Correct. Phosphate reactor right there. So this is what we got. I mean, I hope, you know, to see this baby, you know, mature long enough.
Yeah.
But I know myself, and you know, my buddies know that it's gonna be just a matter of time to have the 2000 going, and this is gonna go down.
So you're anxious for a new tank, huh?
You know, never enough. Never enough.
2000, that's kind of big, isn't it?
I wanna go into it.
From a 700 to a 2000.
You gotta double it up.
Well,
doesn't make any sense for me to go to 1000.
Yeah.
Go big or go home.
Well,
So
David,
go big.
I hope you're ready, and
Thank you, Victor.
when you get that one, hopefully we can come from
Absolutely, man.
All right, well,
All right,
I
man.
hope you guys enjoy this man Manny, his fish, his crazy corals. Been doing it for 3-4 years. I think he's going bananas. I can't wait to see his new 2,000-gallon tank. If you guys enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, put some comments below. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Thank you, guys.
See you guys.
All right.
Also, don't forget, March 15 and 16, me and the team from Worldwide Corals, we're going to be at the Reefapalooza show. We're going to be giving away 50 t-shirts to the first 50 people that show up to our booth just to say hi. Also, on April 26th and 27th, we're going to be in Reefapalooza, Orlando, giving away 50 t-shirts as well to the first 50 people that show up and say hi. So hopefully we'll see you there, guys.